Hi, this is Krishna Merchant and thank you for joining us for the market roundup. The Indian markets ended lower on Friday, tracking weak global cues and also profit booking ahead of earnings season, which will kickstart next week. The Sensex was down 0.4% to close at 22,629 and the Nifty ended at 6,776. The global cues were not supportive, with US markets falling very sharply on Thursday on back of losses in technology and also biotechnology shares as investors booked profit because they had rallied very sharply in the past few months. As a result, Asian indices were also lower and that seeped into the Indian indices. On the macro front, the trade deficit widened to $10.5 billion for the month of March from around $8.13 billion in the previous month on back of lower exports. Among the blue chip shares, it was Reliance Industries and Larsen & Toubro, which were down around 1% each. Reliance Industries will be reporting its results next week. Banking shares were also fell after the central bank panel recommended a slew of measures, including potentially changing how the lending rates are set for the sector, which could affect profitability. ICICI Bank was down around 1% and Axis Bank declined 0.4%. IndusInd Bank plunged 4% as investors were cautious ahead of the March quarter earnings on Wednesday. State Bank of India was down 2% and Bank of Baroda was also down 1%. Tata Motors shares fell on profit booking. They were down 2% on back of lower JLR sales for the month of March after touching an all-time high. Adani Enterprise also slumped 7%. The stock had rallied 23% yesterday on back of the Modi-driven rally, marking its single percentage day gain yesterday. Also, other stocks such as Piramal Enterprise continued to rally. The stock was up for the second consecutive day, up 6% after it exited its 11% stake in Vodafone India as Vodafone bought out the Indian subsidiary to 100%. Infosys was up 1% and TCS rose 2% ahead of the March quarter earnings. Infosys will kickstart the earnings season on Tuesday. There were reports that the search for the chief executive, that is after SD Sibulal retires, has started. All eyes are on the inflation data and the earnings season, which will give a good indicator about the Indian economy, which will all happen next week. That is all for today. Do stay tuned to livemint.com for more updates.